chess we are called arbiters. So I'm an international arbiter, and that makes me the Africa youngest international arbiter. And I'm a FIDE instructor. We are only 5 FIDE instructors in Kenya. I'm the youngest in Kenya and in Africa. So through that, I've been able to impact change through chess. I train in schools and individuals.
So can you tell us about yourself, James?
So this is a great honor. I'm humbled to be here. My name is James Kang'aru. I'm a top chess coach in Kenya.
Wow, amazing.
And a top arbiter. An arbiter is like a referee.
It's like a, yeah.
Yes, now in chess we are called arbiters. So I'm an international arbiter, and that makes me the Africa youngest international arbiter. And I'm a FIDE instructor. We are only 5 FIDE instructors in Kenya. I'm the youngest in Kenya and in Africa. So through that, I've been able to impact change through chess. I train in schools and individuals, majorly to the juniors and the youth. And I have produced a number of Kenya champions, Kenya junior champions, and Africa champions. And it's such small contributions that I have done that have enabled me to actually be awarded a number of awards, and I believe it has been a journey of many blessings.
Speaking about awards, how do you feel about your recent award in Forbes Africa?
So it was during the Madaraka Day on 1st of this month, and being 1st of June, you know, you are celebrating as Kenyans Madaraka Day, and boom, Forbes Africa releases their special edition. So on 2021 list of Forbes Africa 30 under 30 youth of the years, I was one of the Forbes Africa achievers, and it was a great honor. I believe that actually any youth can actually achieve any goal they want, any ambition, provided they're determined and they are ready to go the extra mile.
So determination is the key.
Yes, even when I started about chess, it's when I actually started coaching, because I started from coaching, then arbitration came in later. You could find that you will get a number of hurdles, and sometimes there are people who will not actually support you because they do not have the same vision you have, or they fear as if when you actually succeed, you might overtake them, or you might actually edge them out from where they are. So it's all about, once you're determined and you're focused on your goal, go any length to actually achieve it. And yeah, I believe with hard work, you'll actually achieve what you want.
All right.
So in a game of chess, white always starts, and you know, in any sport or even in life, there are rules that govern us. So there are different types of playing styles.
So before you even continue, know that I'm not a professional chess player, so you be easy on me.
Yes.
It's not my field.
And in anything, I believe you can actually master a skill, provided you become passionate about the skill. And through my determination and consistent training in chess, and especially as I trained the juniors, I was able to be recognized in Kenya. And that's how in 2020, while amidst the COVID time, I was awarded the top 35 under 35 youth of the year in sport.
So when did you start playing chess?
When I joined Technical University of Kenya. And
Tuk, eh?
Yes?
Tuk.
Yes,
Oh.
that is Tuk. So I'm an alumni of
Tuk. I know Tuk are good chess players. Eh? You've been like Nyaruai.
Yes,
right?
we have.
Nyaruai is from
Yeah,
Tuk.
Nyaruai, Sasha.
You guys are playing.
Among others. So I was in Tuk, and that's when I actually started playing professionally. However, my passion was not in becoming a champion per se, as I'm a good player, but I wanted to also impact change. So that's how I started the community initiatives at home. So I started training kids during my weekend and the extra time that I would have. So if you're not having classes on Friday and Saturday, I would now arrange some lessons, and that's how my coaching career started.
So you started in 2013?
So it started around 2014 now.
2014.
Same in my second year.
And your first award?
In 2015, my first juniors went for the nationals, and that's where I got 2 national champions out of the 12. It has been progressive. By 2016, I had 3 national champions out of 12. And 2017, again, now I had almost half the team being my own students. And it has been a journey that you notice the kids who you can say they did not know chess or they did not know they have the talent. You have actually made them get a career or actually become talented in a sport that not only benefits them but now even benefits their families, because most of them, they have been able to travel with the national team, and they have actually even won a few awards. Some of them have got academic scholarships, so it has actually impacted the juniors as well, and that's actually the major thing in everything. It's not just about you doing what you do for money or just for your own growth. When you actually notice you're actually impacting change in the community, then you're doing good.
But money will come.
Definitely. Anything you do, especially in this era, you would want to also have a comfortable life. Sure. So money is one of the factors that would imply if you would do something. You can't volunteer in something year in, year out, or you just do pro bono and you don't have a consistent income. So chess has actually been one of my major income contributors, and I thank God for this farm.
So a lot of people usually think that it is easy to achieve something. They always think of the easier way of achieving things. It took you a lot of time to get where you are. It took you, how long did it take to get this Forbes African Award?
So from when actually, I can say 2014, when I was training the juniors, I was awarded Forbes Africa in 2021. So you can notice it's almost 7 years in my chess career as a trainer and as an arbiter, and 6 years to actually be recognized in Kenya, because it's 2020 when I was awarded the top 35 under 35 Youth of the Year. So through the time, it took such a lengthy time so that people in the government actually recognizes that actually there are youths in Kenya who are actually impacting change. And so,
where do you see chess in the next coming 2 to 3 or 5 years? Because it is a lot of people don't know about chess. Definitely me, I did not know about chess. I came to know it. My high school, we were not playing chess. In primary, I was not playing chess. But I came into campus. That is when I started seeing chess here and there. But what do you want to tell people? What is the future of chess in Africa? Because you are the kind of person I should ask about Africa. You're not answering about Kenya alone.
Sure. Again, I believe my history actually resonates with your past as well. And coming from the Kenya setup, whereby you find the board games are not put in the Kenya sports, be it primary sports or secondary sports, you'll find some schools do not embrace the board games because in the sports calendar, chess is put like an individual sport, so it's not funded directly. And that actually made some of the players actually join chess at a later stage. And this is why, as a coach, I actually decided to start training the juniors. And I have been very passionate and consistent on insisting that the next future of chess in Africa, just like how other top countries, be it Russia, be it India, be it China, US, name them, all of them have actually focused on their juniors, and they are producing the grandmasters and other top titled players. For Kenya, there is the search for the next international master, because we do not have an international master, we do not have a grandmaster, and I believe the next IM or GM will actually come from the juniors.
Amazing.
So watch this space. I know the other players, the other coaches who are actually working with the senior team and actually also pushing the same agenda, but from my part as a junior coach, because as a coach working with the juniors, I actually believe that the juniors have a better chance, and it's all about doing the right training, because at this point I have been able to work close partnership with a number of top coaches from Egypt, from South Africa, from Algeria, and all this it's geared towards self-growth, because I cannot train something I do not know, or I cannot train something that actually I might not have sufficient knowledge. So my outreach and being able to learn from other top coaches who have actually produced grandmasters and international masters is a way to be able to support Africa in a way that we will actually produce more champions. And so far, my contributions have been given some recognition from Kenya Youth through the youth agenda and the government, and the top 35 under 35, and now the Forbes Africa. And it means that there's something that is happening, because those are external bodies, and they are actually recognizing and awarding excellence in the different disciplines. This is the first time chess is actually reaching the Forbes Africa list, so it's a great honor to actually be the first African to actually reach the Forbes Africa list.
Amazing.
Thank
so
you.
Which message do you want to tell the young people out there who want to start playing chess?
To the youths who want to join chess or to actually do any sport, the main thing that you need to do is to have the passion, and to know that for you to be successful in anything, you actually need to have a lot of determination in yourself. There will be a lot of pressure, there will be challenges, and remember, you are not the first one to actually be in that sport. So there are people who are already champions, or there are people who are already benefiting from whichever sport you are joining. Now, if I use a case of chess, we already have junior champions, we already have senior champions in the seniors league. So you find that if you are coming to chess, you'll definitely have to actually perform better than them, and that will only work for you if you are ready to go the extra mile. It's possible. Anything that you want to do is actually possible, and it's be ready to work for that performance, and I know you'll actually reach there. Success will always be there, and one thing I've actually noticed, when I started getting these awards, there are people who always told me that it might be so hard, they recognize other sports, or they recognize, I don't know, track, field sports, name them. But the limit that you set yourself to is where you will actually reach. So normally they say other factors will be your limit, but I always believe that you are your own limit. So if you believe you can only reach up to Kenya, that's where you'll reach. But if you want to actually achieve even greater than that, then it's very possible, and it's all about you knowing that this is your target, this is your goal, and go for it. So let no one actually derail you or tell you you cannot do it. That might be their statement, because they might be fearing to do it because they fear failure, or they fear that it might not be possible. But for you, so long as you are determined, go for it, and success will be your portion.
Nothing comes easy.
Definitely nothing comes easy, but you have to be ready to work for it.
You have to work for it.
Yes.
Nice message there you have to the youth. And let me see how this game goes.
So just like in any concept in life, you find that every move. When I was starting my chess career, and especially in the coaching, I had to balance between my academic life and the training. And more so, see, when I was in university, it's all about weekends. You want your weekend to go for party, or you have friends, and you just want to be lazy and watch a movie and all that. But for me, it was all about working towards improvement. This move of yours,
a bad move.
You moved there, so it exposes you that I can actually capture your queen. Yes. So just the same way that a move that you do has its own consequence, that's exactly that actually happens the same in life. So when the youths have time, one big mistake we do is we tend to actually waste that time, while you can actually use that time for something beneficial, and in the long run, it actually makes you a champion a few years later. So we look at the short-term benefits, while you can actually take that little discomfort, but you actually have a long-term success. So it's all about time management and actually priorities, because if, for instance, I would have said I'll actually go for my 4 years, I'll have my studies, and when I'm free, I'll actually hang out with my friends. Then after my 4 years, that's when I'll actually decide about chess. I will not have reached this point at this time, because my beginning was then. So my journey of 7 years in chess has actually been calculated from when I did my sacrifice in university. So if I actually had waited, then I would be saying now I will be in my 4 years or 5 years. So now that means the impact that has actually made me known, or the impact that has actually made chess grow through whichever initiatives I'm doing, will not have actually been made, and it means I would have actually blocked my own success. So it's about our own individual sacrifices, and knowing that we need to plan wisely and look on the long-term goal. So sometimes it's not just about the short-term things that you might achieve, but have a plan on the long-term goal, and definitely things will work for you.
Amazing. So something very important you have said. So time. Somebody, and you're not the first person saying this. Saying most of us young people, the only thing that you have that is very precious is time.
Sure.
Imagine you're starting playing chess when you are 20, and
Yes.
most of the people come to campus when they are 17, 18.
Yes.
So you start playing chess when you are 17, 18. By the time you get to 25, you'll have invested both in chess and both in academic.
Exactly.
Or leave alone chess, any sport that you like playing, you can just start investing right now, because time is the most important thing that you have. Amaniaja James.
Kabisa, I think you have said it all.
It has applied. James has tried it, it's proven. And I've said it also. He is not the first person to tell me that us young people, the only thing that we have right now is time. We need to utilize our time. We need to stop doing whatever we are doing and engage ourselves. And most of the young people are also thinking that the only thing they can do is go to university, get good grades, and get employed.
Drilled towards, I go to university, I finish university, I'll start working. So your mentality is all through that. Once I finish, I start tamaking to get a job. Now, if I don't get a job, what do? You find most of them, they'll stay at home, or they'll just be complaining, we are unemployed, there's unemployment and all that. Currently, there has been activities and a lot of drive towards the youths, not only just focusing on employment, but also looking at what they can actually do. In my case, yes, I was doing my undergraduate in economics, so I was doing Bachelor of Economics, and at that point I was also focusing on sport. Sport was my hobby, and as I was still learning, I was learning so that I can actually work as an economist, which I still do on contract basis. However, you find that now my hobby actually became one of my main activities. So not just saying that yes, my career is economics and that's all. You can actually use something else, because there are different talents or there are different avenues that are there. You can work in a different line. You might be an accountant, or you might be it an engineer, whichever other discipline you are in, but you can actually work as sales, and then through your networking, because in anything that you do, and actually this is one thing that I've actually noticed, is that whenever I get an opportunity to travel out with chess, I try and gain the networking with the other people there. Everyone, you'll meet doctors, you'll meet engineers, you'll meet surveyors, you'll meet other different people in different backgrounds. So through that, they'll actually even guide you and tell you, you can actually take this opportunity at this point, or you can, it's the networking that will actually make you grow. And this is one thing, it's usually said vaguely that youths, you should embrace networking, you should actually consider to network and improve in your connections. In my own case, I believe that networking is one of the things that has actually made me reach this far. After I became a top 35 under 35, there were opportunities here and there, and actually I have worked with Nairobi County, and I'm going to also be working with my home county as well soon. And it's such opportunities that I always try to not only give the change, but also to try and network so that I can actually grow in my scope of the people I can actually talk to. And the Forbes 30 under 30, I got nominated. Yeah. So I believe it's an organization or an individual who I have crossed ways with, and they have been able to actually see what I'm doing, and they were impressed. So they nominated my name there. Forbes has a very interesting and actually kind of very strict way of pursuing and actually shortlisting their names. Similar to top 35, but now you see, now here we have 54 countries in Africa, and they'll only need the top 30 youths in Africa. So it's usually it's a very strict threshold that they use, and I'm actually grateful that I was the only Kenyan to actually represent Kenya in the Forbes Africa list of 2021.
We are happy that you are around, because kama ungekuwa, we don't know nani ange to represent, by the way.
Thank you.
Kama mtu ni mimi, I can't even play chess properly. But it's very true. Networking. Somebody told me networking is equivalent to net worth. It's like you have a lot of people that you can speak to. You don't need to ask for money every time you meet someone. Just get to know them. Introduce yourself, tell them what you do, and maybe next time they will open more doors than money can open. Right?
Sure.
So before we even finish, what do you want to tell? What is your message to the young people out there? People want to engage themselves into sport. People want to engage themselves into their hobbies that they like, but there is something that is pulling them behind from doing it. There's that negativity, or there's that something that is holding them back. What do you want to tell them?
Actually, I will start my message to the parents, and for those who are not the well-talented in academics. So if you are a talented kid in academics, you focus in academics, and then for the one who is not, then they are given sports as an option. Yeah. I personally, I was good in academics, and I believe even through my journey and how I have actually interacted with juniors, it's something that I've seen sports encourages them, or it gives them even a better self-esteem. It gives them the confidence to actually even achieve better in other phases of life. So to the parents, sports is one area that juniors and your kids can actually benefit. So it's something that they should actually support, where they see that the child is interested in something. And sometimes some juniors might not be in a sport because they're not given the opportunity. So as a parent, if you believe your child can do good in swimming, let them go. Chess is one thing that definitely I would encourage, because it's a board game. You can just see, you only need a board, somewhere to put, and the skill to actually know how to play. And it's all these little things that you will be able to actually notice. Your junior and your child will actually become better. They'll be more confident, they'll have better concentration, they'll actually even perform better in academics. I've noticed that with most of the juniors.
So it's not just for tournaments only?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, chess builds their mental fortitude, it makes them actually have better concentration.
Nice.
And they learn to be all-rounded and actually think outside the box. It's such little things that actually make your child become a better individual. And as a parent, I know every parent wants their child to have a better life than how they were raised. So I would encourage, with such an opportunity, join your child into chess for now. Join them in any other sport that there is that you know they will perform. And who knows, they might be the next champion, they might be the next Kenyan
James.
to actually reach in the top 35 or in the Forbes Africa. So make them join sports. Let them not also leave academics. As much as I'm doing good in chess, I'm also an economist, and I'm still having my own little contract. It's only that now, definitely at this stage, chess is the stronger activity that I'm doing, but it's not that actually I stopped my career. So just that balance in between, and they will be able to actually get that balance. So provided your child is in it, they will be able, let them decide their destiny. As for the juniors and as for the youths, my message, just as I said, your determination is what will take you, and you are your own limit. So provided you believe you will only reach the regional level, the county level, that's where you'll reach. But if you believe you can reach the national level, I believe you will actually achieve it. I have juniors who, we went for Africa Championship. They only had one opening for white and one opening for black. And we came back as Africa champions.
Nice.
Because we used the little information we had, but we had mastered it so well. We had trained for that Africa Championship, and we came back as Africa champions. So it's the same thing that actually you notice. It's not about learning so much and saying that you do not know much. You have other players who have stayed in chess for God knows how many years. Yes, they have been there for those years, but they have not yet gone to that higher level. So you might be the next player who will actually become the next IM Kenya is looking for, or the next GM Kenya is looking for. So it's at this point, for those players who are already in chess and those who will join, to know that you can reach the highest level you believe you can. And Kenya is looking for an IM, Kenya is looking for a GM. And I believe so long as you're focused towards it, we will be there to support. As a coach, definitely, you can just DM me. We can arrange on how to make the next champion from Kenya.
Nice. So James, I'm very happy to have this discussion with you.
Yes.
I'm very happy to also share my findings to the young people out there. And may God bless you. And
thank you.
I hope you become the next IM or the Grand Master for chess in Kenya.
Yeah.
Because you the commitment and the support that you are showing in the game, it's a good one. It's a good one, and good things always deserve to be rewarded.
So one thing I'll actually say as we conclude. When I was joining chess, and especially in the professional aspect of it, in training I became a national instructor. That was in 2015. We went to Uganda, did the trainings, and I passed. So I became a national instructor. After I became a national instructor, I started focusing towards growing and becoming a FIDE instructor. However, there were so many people who were telling me, we have 4 FIDE instructors, and they are all double your age. You are just 20 something. You are actually below 25. Why are you seriously looking at such high titles? You just wait. Your time will reach when you actually reach that generation. So, shock on them. By 2018, I was actually a FIDE instructor.
Amazing.
And it has actually puzzled a number of them that how I was able to reach that. But it's, again, I said, so long as you believe you can actually do it, you do your thing. For me, it was simple, impact change. I trained my juniors, and we had targets, we had goals. We were able to produce the champions. We actually went to a number of events. 2017, I started arbitration. At the same time, I was given national coach level. So I trained the juniors for Africa Championship, now the Kenya team. And we won Africa Championship, number 1, 2, and 3. I had number 1, 2, and 3 teams.
Junior team.
Yes. So our top team was sponsored by the World Chess Federation. And our second team was sponsored by Kenya government. And we went to India. And it's those small mileage that you actually notice that you have actually made those juniors reach a level that by the time we went there, we were playing with the top of the best juniors then and even now. The likes of Grandmaster Pragnanam and Nihal, and name them, all those. So it's the juniors, it was a lifelong memory that actually they were able to play with the top juniors in the world, and I have actually seen most of them grow and actually improve in their skill. So when I joined arbitration, I became a national instructor, a national arbiter in 2017. By 2018, I was a FIDE arbiter. I had already improved from a national arbiter to a FIDE arbiter.
In a year?
Yes, in a year. And people were like, oh, you're just lucky, there were these, people will always have excuses, and they'll try and justify why they did not succeed. So they'll try and always use excuses here and there, but that is their own life. You have your goals, you have your limits, go for them. So within that time, I actually upgraded from FIDE arbiter to international arbiter in less than 6 months.
From 2018?
Now 2018. 2019, by March, I was already an international arbiter.
Amazing.
That is the highest in the world. And I was the first Kenyan to actually reach there. It's those small things that you notice that you're actually when you do your best, even life gives it back in return. And life is like a mirror. If you smile at it, it smiles back. At times, again, we always want the instant gratification. So you want to smile and you immediately want life to actually give it back. But in case there is that delayed benefit from life, maybe your blessing is actually bigger. So you should have the patience to actually know that your blessing might actually be bigger. So don't compare yourself with James that James has reached here, so that's where I want. You might actually be now aiming to reach even higher. So set your targets. My targets have actually been progressive. When I graduated in 2016, December, I couldn't have said that I was aiming to be a top 35 under 35. Sure. Or I cannot say that I was aiming to be a Forbes Africa. You always want success, but it has always been progressive. So once I reached and we were producing champions, because when I started, actually I was training the juniors so that they learn a sport. It wasn't for them to be national champions. That is definitely what all coaches and all parents want, that the juniors they're having, or your child actually performs. But to me, I was training them so that they learn a sport, and actually it might help them in their critical thinking, in their problem-solving skills. Chess builds such aspects. So that was the aim that I was looking at. And as we did that, they actually became champions. So when we reached Kenya champions, our goal changed. And we looked at now, can we now actually train to become Africa champions? We have a number of Africa champions. So it changes. Now, as we look towards winning a world championship or towards actually getting an IM or a GM from the juniors, it's the same thing that is happening. Even in my own personal scope, after I have reached the national coach and becoming the best coach, youth coach in Kenya from 2015 to 2019, I have always progressed. So at that point I want then to get something higher, because life is about progression. And if you're not progressing, then definitely it means you're stagnant, or you're actually dying in whichever career or whichever scope you are in. So yes, I have always worked towards progression, and so far I have actually seen the fruits of being focused and actually using sport as a way to actually impact lives. And I've known that provided you actually believe in something, you will actually go far. So to the youths, let's focus in whichever discipline you want.